Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is CJUFCPicks along with my co-host Gibbs. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like the video, comment on the video, help the algorithm out. You know what to do. Light one up for the Smoke Sesh with your boys CJUFCPicks and Sports Fanatic Gibbs. Here to give you fire picks, smoking on fire weed. Tonight, we're going to break down UFC Fight Night, Tybura versus Tuivasa. That's going to be a very good scrap in the heavyweight division. But first, we're going to recap what happened last night on a very good stacked card for UFC 299. Out of 14 fights, I got 9 of those fights correct. And I did pretty solid on my betting as well. How'd you do last night, bro?
Yeah, so out of the 14 fights, I got 10 of them correct. And as far as betting, you can't really ask for a better night, man.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. I told you guys that Dustin Poirier was going to win that fight. And we're going to go over it right now. Let me just present my screen. Give me one moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So for UFC 299, the first fight I got wrong. It was a close fight. Joanne Wood defeating Marina Moroz by decision. What do you think about that fight?
Yeah, I called JoJo Wood for the first fight of the night, and I didn't know she was retiring, so that's even another feather in my cap. You know, betting on a retiring woman, that's usually not good, but I got it right that time.
Next fight, guys, got the pick correct. Azu Amalbayev just completely dominating CJ Vergara via decision. What do you think about that fight, bro?
Yeah, so this was my first bet of the night. I actually had Asu Almabayev by decision. I know that CJ Vergara is tough to finish, and yeah, I didn't see a finish coming in that fight.
Next fight, guys, got the pick correct, got the outcome correct. I did pick originally Josh Parisian to win the fight, but I had to go back, do a little bit more tape, do a little bit more research, and I did switch my pick. Robles Despange defeating Josh Parisian in 18 seconds via knockout, bro. What do you think about that fight?
Yeah, I mean, Robelis, a guy who, he's just so huge, it was just hard for Josh Parisian as we expected to get in there, man. When you get in range, man, you put yourself in danger.
Next fight, guys. Got the pick correct, got the outcome correct. I already know this is going to happen. This was an easy pick, in my opinion. Michel Pereira defeating Michael Oleksiejczuk in the very first round via submission, completely dominating that fight.
Yeah, bro, I didn't see a submission coming, bro. If you played that plus 400 on submission for Pereira, man, congratulations.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Next fight, guys. Got the pick correct. I didn't think this fight was going the distance, folks, but at least I got the pick correct. I'm talking about Felipe Lins defeating Ian Cutelaba.
Yeah, so in this fight, I actually called Fleet Lins by decision, and I didn't play it. I just had the money line, but he actually won by decision. Wow.
Next fight, guys. Got the pick correct, got the outcome correct. Kyler Phillips defeating Pedro Munoz, and Kyler Phillips looking like a complete beast in that fight. The dude is something to look out for in the bantamweight division, and he's on my list to bet next time as well.
Yeah, man, Kyler Phillips, he looked pretty good, man. I know he was getting rocked after that second round just a little bit, but he took off, man. He has cardio for days.
Next fight, guys, got the pick correct, got the outcome correct. And he was my lock of the card. Mateusz Gamrot defeating Rafael Dos Anjos. And Mateusz Gamrot was in trouble sometimes in that fight, but he still got the job done.
Yeah, man, Gamrot, something's wrong with that guy's chin, man. He has cardio for days, but a big power puncher. I'll be looking to fade Gamrot down the road.
Next fight, guys, got the pick correct, got the outcome correct. Macy Barber going over Caitlin Sherminara. And let me tell you, man, Macy Barber got a dump truck back there, bro.
Yeah, I can't lie. That's what I was looking at the whole fight and thinking. But Macy Barber, she was one of the legs in my parlay. I was looking at that dump truck, and I was looking at that live ticket, and that live ticket was looking great. So thank you, Macy.
Next fight, guys. Got the pick wrong, got the outcome wrong. Almeida did dominate the first round, and he did take Curtis Blades down. I thought he was going to dominate that whole fight, but Curtis Blades just with those hammer fists, bro. That was crazy to see.
No, it was crazy to see. And for our breakdown, I had Jailton Almeida, and then there was just something that made me switch Curtis Blades, and then boom, there you go.
Next fight, guys. He was my dog of the card. Originally, he was not my dog of the card, but I did not switch it back to Song Yadong. Peter Yan defeating Song Yadong in a very close, very good fight, guys. What do you think about this fight?
Yeah, I thought Song Yadong, man, he didn't respect Piotr Jan's boxing, and he was getting pieced up. And yeah, man, it was looking like that. It was looking like the Kyler Phillips Song Yadong fight. Piotr Jan was just getting off, and Song couldn't do anything.
Next fight, guys. This was another very close fight into the last minute. Jack Della Maddalena defeating Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns was on the way to a victory, bro. He was on the way to a victory, but Jack Della getting that knockout, bro.
Yeah, man, I can't lie to you guys. I needed a stoppage. I didn't care who got stopped. I needed a stoppage, and it came. So it made my night.
Next fight, guys. Got the pick wrong, got the outcome wrong, and I know you picked him, bro. So Michael Venom Page defeating Kevin Holland, and he's UFC material, bro. He's UFC caliber. So Michael Page, he can do something in this welterweight division. We'll see.
Yeah, man. Like we were exchanging picks yesterday. This is one of the picks that got me paid, man. Michael Venom Page was looking great. I knew and like you were right though. He did go to the wrestling, Kevin Holland, but it made him tired, CJ. And that's what we didn't think about. Michael Venom Page was the fresher fighter down the home stretch.
Next fight, guys. He was supposed to be my original dog of the card. Dustin the Diamond Poirier stopping Benoit Saint Denis by knockout on the second round. I told you guys that was going to happen. I didn't think it was going to be a finish. I thought it was going to go to a decision, but I did forget it was 5 rounds, and Benoit Saint Denis always going for the kill. And I think that was his problem, that he always goes for the kill, and Dustin Poirier just using his veteran savvy to win this fight.
Yeah, bro. I think you actually just broke that fight down perfectly. Benoit was going for the kill. He wasn't, respecting what was coming his other way, what's coming on the other direction. So he got clipped and put out.
Next fight, guys, got the pick correct. Sugar Sean O'Malley, and still told you about that too, bro.
Hey man, Sugar Sean, he definitely looked pretty good, man. He did look good. I had Sugar Sean by decision, and then I had Cheeto Vera by TKO. I was playing props for the main event, so I got paid either way.
Yes, sir. So I went 9-4 on the night. I got 3 outcomes perfect, and I didn't do too bad on the picks. My bets were pretty good as well. So another very solid night for UFC 299 O'Malley versus Vera 2, which was a very good card. And now we move on to the next card, UFC Fight Night Tuivasa versus Tybura. That's going to be a good heavyweight scrap right there, folks. But before we do that, make sure to light one up. Make sure to roll one, hit the bong. Do what you got to do, folks. I'll be right back. We're going to be right back in just 1 second. I got to grab my lighter. I'm prepared right now, so give me 1 moment.
So I had to grab a lighter.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, I had to grab a lighter, bro.
Me too.
All right, so light one up, guys. Let's go. Tonight, I got some red velvet cheesecake on deck. What you got on deck tonight, bro?
I got what's it called? It's that Lightning Zeus over here. I ain't never heard of it, but shit, my plug, man, she come with the best stuff.
Oh, okay. You got a girl plug. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Let's go over the first fight of the night. Scheduled in the men's bantamweight division, we got Chad Anheliger versus Charalampos. Grigoriou, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name. Chad Anheliger, 12-7. He's 37 years old, 5'6", 64-inch reach. Then we got C. Grigoriou, because I don't know how to pronounce his first name. 8-3, 31 years old, 5'7", 67.5-inch reach. And this fight is going to be a very good, very exciting fight to open up UFC Fight Night. And I believe this is going down to Apex, correct? Small cage. So, as you can see, I did pick Charalampos Grigoriou to win by knockout. Chad Anheliger losing the last 2 out of his 5 fights. And he's 37 years old, pretty old to be in the UFC. He did lose to Jose Johnson, and he did lose to Alan Tangheli Alatang. So his last win was 2 years ago against Jesse Strader, and he's not in the UFC anymore, I don't think. And we got Charalampos Grigoriou making his UFC debut. He's coming off a really good knockout win against Cameron Smotherman on the Contender Series, and I think that's what's going to happen on this fight. He's going to get another knockout victory, continue his winning streak, and that's my pick. My confidence level is about a 6, and I might throw him in the parlay. What do you think about this fight?
Yeah, man. So you got this kid. He has a weird name. He calls himself Pompous. You got Pompous Grigoriou coming here, coming off a nice little knockout on Dana White's Contender Series. This kid has pretty fast hands. You got Chad Anheliger coming in today as a plus 170 underdog. He's 0-3 as an underdog. And he looked good in his last fight versus Charles Johnson, but Jose Johnson, but he just ran out of juice, man. He was trying to do wrestling just like Kevin Holland yesterday, trying to wrestle, and that's not really your game, and he just gassed out. Grigoriou, this guy, man, he really wants to take you out. This dude doesn't like the point fight, but he ends up winning minutes in the process of trying to knock you out. So this guy, my only issue is sometimes just like Chad Anheliger, he can get tired. Just only thing that concerns me is what happens if this fight reaches the 3rd round, because I could see Grigoriou winning the first 2 rounds, and I could see Anheliger coming back and maybe getting a late stoppage. I'm going Grigoriou, but this fight is very sketchy. You got Anheliger fighting for his career here, so very fight I'll probably stay away from. But yeah, man, if we're gonna slide over to the next fight, we have Cory McKenna versus Jaqueline Amorim. And this is actually a pretty good fight, if I must admit, because you got Cory McKenna. She hasn't been around for a while. She hasn't fought since, 2022, when she got a decision win over Cheyenne Velismas. It used to be Cheyenne Bays. But Jaqueline Amorim, a chick who really wants to take you down, ground and pound you, and, just get submissions. But Amorim, she's shown in her fights that she can get tired if she doesn't get the finish. Like whenever she fought Sam Hughes, she didn't respect Sam Hughes, and she got taken out by decision. If we're gonna look at the tape real quick, they're pretty much a mirror of themselves. If you want to look at the height, they're both 5'3". And if you want to look at Jaqueline Amorim's reach, she has a 68-inch reach, and then Poppins McKenna, hers is 58. So she has a big disadvantage in the ground, but in the reach. But honestly, I just see Amorim probably getting her down in the first round and probably gassing out after that. Because Cory McKenna, she's shown that she has a great gas tank, and she's shown the ability to stay in fights whenever they're not looking good. So I have to go Cory McKenna by decision, and this is a pretty easy fight for me to call. What do you think, CJ?
I think you're correct, bro. I think Cory McKenna is going to win this fight by decision. There might be a couple moments where Jaqueline Amorim is looking good, getting her shot and maybe get a takedown or 2. But Cory McKenna, she's kind of a dog, bro, and she can take some hits. She's got a chin on her. And I think she's got better cardio as well. I think she's going to win this fight. Decision. I'm not going to bet this fight, though. I might just bet the over as a parlay piece. Over 2.5. Next fight, guys. Scheduled in the men's featherweight division, and this is going to be a very good fight right here. Both of these guys are very good. And we have Josh Culibao versus Danny Silva. Josh Culibao, 11-2, 29 years old, 5'10", 73-inch reach. Danny Silva, 8-1. He's 27 years old, 5'11", 70-inch reach. So both of these guys are really early into their UFC careers. Danny Silva making his UFC debut. Josh Culibao losing his last fight, but he's got definitely more experience in the octagon. He's fought the tougher competition. He just has more experience overall. I like this guy's striking. He's got decent striking, decent speed on the feet, and he's not bad on the ground as well. Danny Silva, he's got knockout power. He won his last fight against Angel Pacheco, and on the Contender Series via decision. And he lost his last fight to Leron Murphy, but Leron Murphy is pretty solid, so I can excuse that loss. I'm gonna give Josh Culibao another chance. I think we shouldn't fade him. Me personally, I'm not gonna fade him in this spot, just because he's got more experience. He's already been in the UFC, and he's fought the tougher competition. Plus, I like his style, so give me Josh Culibao by decision. I don't see a stoppage in this fight. My confidence level is about a 5.5 out of 10. Who you got in this fight, bro?
Yeah, so I have Josh Culibao in a very greasy split decision. Danny Silva, this guy Danny Silva is good, man. Danny Silva's a guy that you cannot act like isn't good. He has hands. He has great cardio. If you guys seen the last fight versus Angel Pacheco, he beat the shit out of the guy. I can't believe that Angel actually got a contract off of that beating. I just felt like Danny Silva, this kid is gonna put some people out. I don't think he's putting Josh Culibao out on Saturday, but he could though. Like this fight's actually sketchy. Josh Culibao, he looked really good in that Leron Murphy fight. I feel like he was just a little bit of a step behind, just a little bit with the striking. But Leron Murphy, he's a guy who mixes it up pretty well. So what do you expect? I'm gonna go Josh Culibao, but please don't put your money on this fight because I could absolutely see Danny Silva clipping Josh Culibao. Josh Culibao has been knocked out in his career one time. So I'm gonna go Josh Culibao in a split decision. So we're gonna go ahead and slide to the next fight, and that's Thiago Moisés versus Mitch Ramirez. And this is actually another good fight. We got another 8-1 guy from the Contender Series. If we're gonna look at the tail of the tape, you got Thiago Moisés, 28 years old. Mitch Ramirez making his UFC debut at 31 years old. You got Mitch Ramirez, 5'11", Moisés, 5'9", and then a half-inch reach advantage for Mitch Ramirez at 71 to 70.5. Mitch Ramirez, a guy who got knocked out by Carlos Prates on the Contender Series, and then he came back and got a nice little right hook knockout on an LFA card 2 months ago. So Mitch Ramirez is a guy who's trying to get in there and get active now because he's 31 years old and he isn't a prime of his career. But if we're talking UFC, it's just a tad late to get here. You're rather a guy be young to get in the UFC. Thiago Moisés, you think this guy would be 40 years old right now, but he's only 28 years old. This is a guy who's lost 3 out of his last 5 fights, but he's losing to guys like Islam Makhachev, Joel Alvarez, and he's losing to guys like Benoit Saint Denis, which we just seen him lose yesterday. So not really the best loss, but Benoit's still a monster. Thiago Moisés, this guy, I'm questioning his heart. I'm questioning his will, his will to fight, just like Marina Moroz last week. If somebody asked me, why did you pick Moroz? And it's because I questioned Moroz's heart. And why did I pick Wood, not Moroz? I'm questioning Moises' heart. Go ahead and give me the underdog, Mitch Ramirez, to get a knockout over Thiago Moisés. I just think he has the faster hands and he's the more confident fighter. But we'll see. You go. What you thinking?
I don't think so, bro. Because Thiago Moisés is a beast on the ground, bro. If this fight goes to the ground, it is over for Mitch Ramirez. You have to keep in mind you have to keep in mind Thiago Moisés already has UFC experience. I know he's lost 3 out of his 5 fights, or we're looking at Mitch Ramirez coming in the UFC on his debut, and like you said, he's 31 years old, so a little bit old to come into the UFC. I mean, he's still in his prime, but he's coming out of LFA compared to this guy. He's been in the UFC already, and like you said, he's fought the tougher competition by a landslide.
That's true.
And I don't know what you're talking about, man. That Benoit Saint-Denis loss is not a bad loss. Just because he lost to Dustin Poirier, one of the best UFC has to offer, that's not a bad loss to have on your record. That's why
I say he's a dog.
That's why I picked Thiago Moisés to win by submission, because I think if this fight goes to the ground, there's going to be a major disadvantage for Mitch Ramirez. Give me Thiago Moisés to win. Not sure if I'm going to bet it, though. I'm not sure if I'm going to rush to the window to give my money for Thiago. But for a picking perspective, give me Thiago Moisés by submission, and my confidence level is about a 6. Next fight, guys, scheduled in the men's flyweight division. We got Ode Osbourne versus Jafel Filho. Ode Osbourne, he's 12-6. He is 32 years old, 5'7", 73-inch reach. Jafel Filho, he's 15-3. He is 30 years old, 5'7", 68.5-inch reach. And as you can see, I picked Filho to win this fight via submission. Just like the last fight, if this fight goes to the ground, there's going to be a major disadvantage for Ode Osbourne. And we all know, if you watch UFC, we all know that Ode Osbourne has terrible, terrible fight IQ. The dude makes stupid mistakes, and he just gets clipped. He lost the last 2 out of his 5 fights, losing to Azul Amabayev and losing to Tyson Nam. I remember that fight because I was watching that fight, and when he threw that flying knee, bro, he completely missed, and got knocked the fuck out. His last win was to Charles Johnson via split decision, and Charles Johnson is not that really impressive in my opinion. So give me Jafel Filho to win this fight via submission. Confidence level is a 6.5 out of 10, bro. Who you got?
Yeah, so Ode Osbourne, a guy, who's really just been looking, not like himself lately. A guy who's been real aggressive, a guy who's been real nasty on the feet. But as of recent, he's just not been able to get his game off. Jafel Filho, this guy, I like this guy, man. I actually had a submission prop on him to win versus Muhammad Mokaev. I was jumping out of my seat hoping Mokaev got his leg snapped in that knee bar. Everybody thought I was crazy for picking Filho in that fight. I don't look at odds before fights. I look at tape and I go by that. So I went Jafel, and then I was like, you know what? He's going against a guy Barberena in his next fight. So you're like, if I think Mokaev, if I thought he was going to beat Mokaev, then I got to go back to the well with my guy Jafel, and he got a first round submission plus 1,000, cash that ticket. Ode Osbourne,
that's heat right there.
That's heat. Yeah, Ode Osbourne, man. This dude's just not looking like himself, man. We seen versus Almabayev, as soon as he got taken to the ground, he was a fish out of water. And we just seen Almabayev look real good last night. So go ahead and give me Jafel Filho. I'm going submission. I'm going submission. He's getting Ode the fuck out of there. He's gonna tap that boy out of there. So that's just where I'm at with that fight, and it should be a good one. We're gonna slide to the next one, and this is one of the weirdest fights on the card, I would say. It's Josiane Nunes versus Chelsea Chandler. If we're gonna look at the tail of the tape real quick, 33 years old for Chelsea Chandler. She's getting up there in age. Josie Nunes, she's 30 years old, 5'8" to 5'2", a big advantage for Chelsea Chandler. But then you look at the reach advantage, 67-inch reach for the 5'2" woman in Josie Nunes. That is weird. And then the bigger woman, 5'8", she only has a 1-inch reach advantage. So it's like, what the hell? This chick Josie Nunes was made in a lab or something. She's the minus 142 favorite coming in. She's 2-0 as a favorite. The only time she was an underdog, she knocked out Bea Malecki and gave Bea Malecki brain damage. I don't know if you guys knew about that, but yeah, man, Bea Malecki hasn't fought since. This chick Josie Nunes, man, she has bombs, man. She has big power in her hands, and we seen in Chelsea Chandler's last fight that whenever she has power coming against her, she ran. I don't know if y'all remember, she ran against Norman.
she ran a marathon over around the octagon.
Yeah, man, I had to clip that. I had to put that on my YouTube. That shit went viral on her, so appreciate that. Chelsea Chandler, man, she's not that good to me. She did get that nice little win over Julia. She got that nice win over Julia Stoliarenko. I'll give her that. But I thought that was good. I believe it or not, though, yo, I have to go Josie Nunes. I feel like Josie Nunes is gonna have the better cardio in this matchup. I feel like she's gonna be the stronger woman, and I just feel like Chelsea Chandler, she's not gonna be able to get Josie Nunes down because she's just too little. She ain't gonna be able to get her game plan off. So, I gotta go Josie Nunes. I'm staying away from this fight. I'm not betting it. I only have a couple of spots on this card. So, what you thinking in this fight? I got Josie Nunes by TKO.
Same here, brother. I don't know if you see my pick, but Nunes by knockout TKO, bro. Chelsea Chandler, I can't pick somebody that runs. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear me. Josie Nunes, bro, by knockout TKO. I can't pick someone who's going to run away after you get hit in the octagon. Like, I've never seen that before in the UFC. And if you're going to run away after getting hit a couple times in the face, and Josie Nunes got bombs, bro, what do you think is going to happen in this fight? I think once she feels her power, she's going to break down and cry, bro. She's going to knock down this fight. I know I say I don't bet women's MMA, but that minus 150 line is really intriguing. And I might bet it, bro. I might bet Josie Nunes to win this fight. Good parlay piece, in my opinion. We'll see if I get there. Next fight, guys. Sorry, a little lagging right there. This is going to be a scrap right here, folks. Scheduled in the men's lightweight division, we got Mike Davis versus Natan Levy. Mike Davis, he's 10-2, 31 years old, 6 foot even, 72.5 inch reach. Natan Levy, he is 8-1, 32 years old, 5'9", 72 inch reach. And I like both of these fighters. Both of these guys are very tough, very durable, and they both got heart. They both got that dog in them. But I have to go with Mike Davis in this fight. He's got better boxing, in my opinion, better footwork, and probably even better cardio and more power as well. Natan Levy, he's a dog, man. He can fight for your money. So that's why I'm going by with Mike Davis by decision. I don't think he can stop Natan Levy. I mean, his last loss was almost 3 years ago against Rafa Garcia. And for Mike Davis, his loss was almost 4 years ago to Gilbert Burns, which is not a bad loss. So to me, Mike Davis has fought the tougher competition. He's been in there with title contenders. I don't know about Natan Levy. His last win against Genaro Valdez, and I think Genaro Valdez took some time off before that fight. So his last fight was a year ago, and this guy's last fight was a year ago. So they've both taken some time off, but I like Mike Davis. I think he's more athletic, more faster, and just more powerful. So give me Mike Davis to win by decision.
Yeah, I absolutely have to go Mike Davis as well. Mike Davis, man, this guy, he's not the most active guy in the world. Only has 5 fights in the last 6 years, It's kind of interesting. Natan Levy, this guy's a quitter to me. In the fight versus Mike Breeden, he almost got stopped. Versus Rafa Garcia, he was looking terrible. It's just a lot of his fights that he wins, he doesn't look good. He's never been knocked out in his career. And he's never got a knockout in his career. So he's 0-0 to the knockout, Natan Levy. So this guy, he has no knockout equity. He couldn't knock me out, It's like, so it's like if I went in there, you wouldn't be able to knock me out, bro. So that's an issue, Mike Davis, this guy he'll go in there and he can do anything he wants to people. That loss versus Gilbert Burns, I went back and watched that fight. He looked good in that fight. He was getting up, he was scrambling, he was looking good on the feet. but then he got taken down. That was the issue. In this fight, he doesn't have to worry about Natan Levy taking him down for real, because if anything, he'll be the one getting taken down. Natan Levy's outgunned in this fight. Give me Mike Davis. I'm gonna go by decision, but I can absolutely see Natan Levy getting knocked out in this fight. But we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next one. Give me Davis by decision. Next up, we got Gerald Meerschaert versus Bryan Barberena. And to be honest with you, this one, I don't really like this fight, but hey, man, you got two OGs going at it. This is oil versus water, so one could say we should be getting a stoppage in this fight. You got Gerald Meerschaert. What is he trying to do? We know what he's trying to do. He's trying to take you to the ground and submit you. Bryan Barberena, this dude, he's just been hanging around, man. This guy's on a 3-fight losing streak. He's here for a paycheck. Barberena, he looked terrible in that Mahmoud Meradov fight. He didn't look good versus Gunnar Nelson. He got submitted in that one. He got submitted versus RDA. So it's just like, damn, man, this dude's getting submitted by everybody. And, Gerald Meerschaert coming in as a favorite in this fight. Like he's a minus 192 favorite. And in 19 fights in the UFC for Gerald Meerschaert, this guy has only been a favorite one time other than this fight. So automatically you cannot lay chalk on Gerald Meerschaert. If you you just can't. Like, even if he wins, I'm predicting Gerald Meerschaert to take Bryan Barberena down and submit him. But you still can't bet that because that is not a good bet. In 19 fights, this guy has only been a fucking favorite one time. I don't really have much to say else about this fight. What are you thinking, brother?
I think Meerschaert is going to win this fight, bro. And honestly, I might bet it. I might bet it, dog, because Barberena, his last win, bro, was almost 2 years ago against Robbie Lawler, and he's not even in the UFC anymore. And then he won against a split decision to Matt Brown, and he's still in the UFC, I believe, but he's older, he's slower. Gerald Meerschaert, a lot of people don't like him because when he fights tough competition, like top notch competition, he either gets knocked out or tapped out or gets dominated, right? His last win was against Bruno Silva via submission, which is a good win in my opinion, because Bruno Silva is pretty solid. And we all know, like you said, he likes to take people down and submit them. And Bryan Barberena has terrible takedown defense. Terrible takedown defense. So the takedown should come easy for Gerald Meerschaert in this fight. And Bryan Barberena ain't knocking this guy out, in my opinion. I think Gerald Meerschaert he's got a chin on him. I mean, he's been knocked out before, but Bryan Barberena doesn't have one-stop knockout power. Give me Gerald Meerschaert all day in this fight. My confidence level is about a 7. And I'm going to bet him, bro. I'm going to bet him. I might bet that submission prop, too, because I think he's going to get stopped, bro. And this is a huge step up for Bryan Barberena in competition as well, in my opinion. But the number, minus 190, I don't know if he should be that much of a favorite. I think the line's off. Let's go with the next fight, guys. Scheduled in the women's bantamweight division, we got Pannie Kianzad versus Macy Chiasson, and this is a rematch fight. Pannie Kianzad, she's 16-7, 32 years old, 5'7", 66-inch reach. Macy Chiasson, she's 8-3, 32 years old, 5'11", 72-inch reach. And I gotta go with Macy Chiasson in this fight, guys. Macy Chiasson, she's gonna have the height advantage, she's gonna have the reach advantage, and to me, she's fought the tougher competition. Pannie Kianzad definitely has more experience though, so I gotta give her that. Let's go over the records real quick. Losing to Caitlin Vieira, winning her last fight. Her last fight she won was against Lena Landsberg. Lena Landsberg's kind of so I don't know about that. Losing to Raquel Pennington, winning against Alexis Davis and Soraya Eubanks. Macy Chiasson also losing her last fight to Irene Aldana, but I can excuse that loss because Irene Aldana is pretty good. Winning against Norma Dumont, losing to Raquel Pennington, winning against Marianne Renew and Shannon Young. This is going to be a close fight. I'm not betting this fight whatsoever, guys. Give me Macy Chiasson to win by decision. My confidence level is a 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Macy as well. This fight is just like I can't believe it. This is a fight that should be the first fight of the night, in my opinion. But hey, it's all good. You got Pannie Kianzad coming in as a plus 142 dog. She's 0-3 as a dog, so one could say Macy's a good parlay piece. Macy Shazon, she's coming in. She's today she's a minus 175. So you put her and somebody else together, you got plus money. She's 3-1. She's 3-1 as a favorite. So she's looking pretty good to me. She fights long. She sometimes she can run out of energy. Um, I can see Pannie Kianzad though. I can see her definitely winning some minutes in this fight because she's scrappy. Before she puts that mouth guard in, y'all see she's missing a tooth. So she's a scrappy woman. She's been around like my man CJ said. She's been around for a while, man. I remember when I first started watching UFC, I was seeing Pannie Kianzad in the octagon. So I have respect for her, but I think Chazon, like bro said, she's fought the tougher level of competition. She's lost to the level of competition too, but she's still been in there with them, and that gives you experience. I could just see her winning 2 rounds, Macy winning 2 rounds, and then maybe losing a third round, 29-28, Macy Chazon. So I'm going decision, and yeah, be a pretty good one. If we're gonna move on though, we're going to slide over to Isaac Dagarian versus Christian Rodriguez, scheduled in the featherweight division. And I'm saying that because Christian Rodriguez, a guy who has missed weight twice in a row, and now the UFC has made him move up. It's crazy, though, because, if Christian Rodriguez would have been able to make weight, he could be a fucking problem in the bantamweight division. And let me tell you why. Because the guy was on a three fight win streak. He had choked out Joshua Williams. Then he beat Raul Rosas Jr., took his O, and then right again he had an undefeated guy, Cameron Simon, took his O. So this guy, he can win. He can absolutely win fights. Isaac Dogarian, he's come in off a very impressive win in his last one, where he beat Francis Marshall. Feel like I'm saying it a lot. Took his O. Isaac Dogarian, a guy who has relentless takedowns. He wants to take you down, tap you out, or beat you up. His hands, I have to admit, his hands are not the most crispy. So that would be the problem in this fight. If Christian Rodriguez can stay upright, which it's a lot of question marks in this fight because he's moving up. So he's already given Isaac Dogarian an advantage in the physicality. But we seen yesterday in Benoit Saint Denis, it's that physicality isn't always the most important thing. So in this fight, very weird fight, I'm going Christian Rodriguez. Give me the underdog to win this fight. I think Isaac Dogarian he's a finisher. He's finisher bust. And I try to stay away from finisher bust fighters unless you are just that volatile. And I just don't see Isaac Dogarian being able to come in here and steam. Like if for anybody, not just you, but for anyone to say you're gonna pick Isaac Dogarian, you're saying that he's gonna come in here and steamroll Rodriguez. And it's just not gonna happen. He's never been finished in his career. I just have to go Christian Rodriguez to win by decision. What are you thinking, sir?
Absolutely, 100% agree with you. 100% agree with everything you just said. I don't even have to break down this fight because you just stole everything I just said, bro. What are you doing? Reading my notes? C-Rod, bro, he's got really good boxing, really good striking, good footwork. Isaac Dogarian, good wrestling, good grappling, good cardio. But Rodriguez got good cardio too. He's fought the tougher competition, and this is a huge step up for Isaac Dogarian in competition. I mean, he's only had 6 fights in his career. This will be his 7th fight. Christian Rodriguez, this will be his 12th fight in his professional career. And he stopped the hype train that was Raul Rosas Jr. I even faded C-Rod in that fight. But ever since then, I haven't faded him since. And now I'm not going to fade him here either. I actually got him in a parlay because that plus 110 is a really good number, bro. And to throw him in the parlay already, I mean, he's already good to bet on himself, just bet his money line. But I'm a little greedy. You know how I am. Christian Rodriguez gonna win this fight decision, 29-28. My confidence level is a 7. You want? Is this your turn? Or my turn.
That is you, my boy.
My turn. Okay, and here's my lock of the card, guys. Right here, right now, I'm gonna tell you guys. Scheduled in the men's light heavyweight division, we got Kennedy and Zenchukwu versus Oben St. Preux. Could have sworn Oben St. Preux was released from the UFC, but I guess
Me too.
His last loss was against Felipe Lins a year ago. That was a bad loss. I remember that fight. Kennedy and Zenchukwu also losing his last fight, and I did pick Dustin Jacoby to win because I thought Dustin Jacoby was a better fighter, and I was right. But before that, he was on a tear, winning against Devin Clark, winning against Ian Cutelaba and Carl Robertson. I mean, Ober St. Preux, he's the veteran in this fight. He's fought the tougher competition, and he used to be a contender back in his day. But he's 40, almost 41 years old, guys. Old as hell. In the light heavyweight division, going against a young, up-and-coming prospect, Kenny Zenchukwu, 31 years old. 83-inch reach and 6.5 height. So he's got a 2-inch height advantage and a 3-inch reach advantage. He's got knockout power as well. He's going to have the better cardio. Give me Kennedy and Zenchukwu to win by knockout. And I think Oben St. Preux is just here to get another paycheck and get released again, bro. Kennedy and Zenchukwu is my lock of the card. My confidence level is an 8.5 out of 10.
Hey, bro. He should absolutely win this fight. Kennedy Zenchukwu, he should absolutely win this fight. You got the African Savage, man, coming in as a minus 500 today. Oben St. Preux, plus 380 underdog. Pretty crazy. He's 5-7 as an underdog. Kennedy, he's 4-3 as a favorite. This line, it looks crazy. Like if they fought, 4 years ago, I would say Oben St. Preux would probably be a minus 170 favorite. Because Kennedy's not used to really seeing a favorite tag by his name. As of late, he has, but that's recency bias for you. I just feel like Kennedy, man, this believe it or not, y'all, this fight's actually going to be kind of lackluster. Like, there's going to be two guys who are going to be staring at each other, and I just see whenever Kennedy gets a big shot, that's whenever Owens will probably crumble. But I don't know, man. This fight is just kind of disgusting to me. I'll go Kennedy. I'll go Kennedy TKO. I mean, because like bro just said, Philippe Lins went in there and steamrolled over in St. Preux, made him look like he's not even UFC caliber. I mean, yeah, he was 37 at the time of that fight, but I mean,
and now he's 40, bro. And now he's 40.
Yeah, bro. And it's like
and he was old and slow then. Now he's gonna be older and slower now.
Yeah, man. This isn't gonna be a good fight for over in St. Preux. There's not a world where I see him winning, but I guess I just don't like the number. Because I do my own lines before this starts, and I had Kennedy at a minus 288. So that's almost double the line of what I think it is. So I'm just like, just damn near stay away from me. But this is a fight that Kennedy, if he loses, he's on the no bet list forever. But he's gonna win.
Stupid. I would look so stupid because I just made it my lock, but I don't think.
Oh, you made him the lock. He sees his lock. Well, he's gonna win then. Because bro, since we've been on the show, your lock's been point, bro.
I appreciate that, though. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Next up, we are going Bryan Battle versus Ans Lusa. The Last Ninja versus Pooh Bear. Pooh Bear, he's the butcher now, but he'll forever be Pooh Bear to me. Because I mean, the dude, he is a bear who was a killer. This dude, Pooh Bear, believe it or not, man, Bryan Battle was a guy that I tried to fade on the Ultimate Fighter 29 season. I tried to take Trayshawn Gore to beat Bryan Battle, and then boom, I just seen everything that Bryan Battle does, man. The cardio, the nice boxing, he actually has nice footwork too, man. He's hard to hit clean. Although I believe AJ Fletcher rocked he actually rocked Bryan Battle pretty bad, and then he was able to stop him. We've seen Renat Fakhreddinov be able to take Bryan Battle down and control him. But to be honest with you, in this fight, I really don't see Ange Loosa being able to, because Ange Loosa can wrestle. Let's make that clear. He is a wrestler, grappler, striker. But I just don't see him being able to sustain that type of fight, because we seen in Ange Loosa's last fight versus Reese McKee. He started trying to do the takedown route, and then he got tired. And then he almost got knocked out. He almost got knocked the fuck out by Reese McKee in his last fight. If you don't believe me, go watch him that last 30 seconds in that fight. Go ahead and give me Bryan Battle by knockout. I'm taking Bryan Battle to knock Ange Loosa the fuck out. What are you thinking, my boy?
I'm thinking the exact same thing, bro, because I love Bryan Battle. He's got really good kickboxing. He's got knockout power. He can submit you. He's not that bad on the ground. I mean, he can get taken down. His takedown defense does need some work, but Ange Loosa, bro, he's not that impressive, in my opinion, man. He's not that impressive. Like, he's good, but he's not, like, top-notch good. And I think Bryan Battle is going to give him a lot of problems in this fight. He's going to have the height advantage by far, and he's going to have a huge reach advantage as well. They're both the same age, 29 years old, but I think Bryan Battle has more of a dog in him. He's got more of a killer instinct, and I think that he's going to knock this dude out or submit him, one of the two. Another lock right there, bro. Kennedy and Chensiku and Bryan Battle. That's plus money right there. That's a two-leg parlay right there that you guys can play. And the main event of the evening for UFC Fight Night Vegas, Tuivasa versus Tybura, scheduled in the men's heavyweight division. Before we do the breakdown, before we give you our picks, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like the video, comment on the video who your dog of the card is, your lock of the card, your picks. If you're a hater, doesn't matter. Just comment on the video. Help the algorithm out. I would love to see your comments, and I'm sure that Gibbs will too. And make sure to check his channel out, Sports Fanatic Gibbs. He does his own breakdowns when he has the chance. This is going to be a very good fight, guys. This is scheduled to be 5 rounds, but this is not going 5 rounds, folks. I can promise you that. Tai Tuivasa versus Marcin Tybura. Tai Tuivasa, 15-6, 31 years old, 6'2", 65 or 75-inch reach, excuse me. Marcin Tybura, 24-8, 38 years old, 6'3", 78-inch reach. Tai Tuivasa losing the last 3 of his 5 fights, and Marcin Tybura winning the last 3 out of his 5 fights. So one can say that Marcin Tybura is a good underdog in this fight. I can agree to that. Marcin Tybura is a big dude, and he's in the top 15 in this heavyweight division. Tai Tuivasa, though, if he hits you with 1 or 2 punches to the chin, you're going night-night, folks. He's got really good knockout power, but he's been losing lately. Losing to Alexander Volkov, losing to Sergey Pavlovich, and Cyril Gane. Those 3 losses are not bad losses. And those 3 guys are much better than Marcin Tybura, and I think those 3 guys can defeat Marcin Tybura. That's why I'm picking Tai Tuivasa to bounce back from those 3 losses and get his win so we can get that shoey Tai Tuivasa to win by knockout or TKO against Marcin Tybura. If this fight goes to the ground, though, I might be sweating that bet, bro. I might be sweating that bet because Tai Tuivasa is not that good on the ground, and Marcin Tybura can wrestle. He can grapple. He's got more experience in UFC. So this should be a pick'em, to be honest. But give me Tai Tuivasa to win. My confidence level is about a 5.5 out of 10.
So we did a little early breakdown, and I said that this was the easiest main event to call, and I actually, I had to stand corrected on that. This is actually a more intriguing fight than I expected because watch tape on every fight, prelims to main event, and I went back and did my research. Marcin Tybura, a guy who does look good, man. He like you say what you want, man. This dude wins fights, man. He's active. He's active in the feet on the feet. Like bro said, he can wrestle. And man, he can just impose his will. He can just be the better man if people show that that they're not that guy. Bam Bam tied to Tuivasa, a guy who's on a 3-fight losing streak. You know, I won't sit here and say he'll get cut if he loses because Bam Bam is just so fun and we all love him. So he'll be here if he loses his fight. Um, this is a weird fight, actually, man. This is weird because, like, Marcin Tybura is a guy who looks good until he doesn't, man. But Bam Bam, it's just these losses that he's had. He's going against the best in the world. Like if we're gonna look at it, like who he's been going against, like he fought in his last one. He fought Alexander Volkov. That's not a bad loss. Like, come on now. Sergey Pavlovich, come on now. He just fought for the interim title. And Cyril Gahn, Cyril Gahn just knocked Tybura the hell out. So the way I look at this fight is Marcin Tybura would lose to all those guys I just said Bam Bam lost to. Bam Bam was daring to be great. That's why he's on a 3-fight losing streak. I gotta go Bam Bam to bounce back, man. He's gonna find the chin. Bam Bam has good leg kicks. And he has big power, man. The dude's accurate. Sometimes he does have meaty hooks, meaty clubs. He needs to instill a jab in his game. But I just think Bam Bam's gonna find the mark in this fight, and it's gonna be a good night for Bam Bam. He'll be on top of the cage doing a shoey, man.
Absolutely, I agree with that pick, bro. I'm glad we were eye to eye on that pick. And that was the breakdown for UFC Fight Night. Tuivasa versus Tybura going down Saturday, March 16th at 4 p.m. Eastern time for the prelims. That's going to be an early card, so thank God I don't have to stay up until 2 in the morning like I did last night. But that was worth it, man. UFC 209 was fireworks. The next card is UFC Fight Night Hebus versus Namajunas. Early lean, bro. Let me see. Let me get to that card. Hold on a second. There it is right here, folks. That's the next card right there. Namajunas or Hebus versus Namajunas. Early lean, I'm going Hebus, bro.
Okay. Yeah, early lean has to be Rose Namajunas. The level of competition is just all on Namajunas' side, and we just seen Hebus get slept by a striker.
I'm just saying that's early lean. Having done no tape for these fights, I'm gonna start doing tape today actually. But I like this fight right here, folks. This fight right here, Peyton Talbot against Cameron Simon. That's gonna be a fucking great fight. That's gonna be a good fight. And Peyton Talbot is a minus 115, bro. And I bet him. I already bet him.
I'm gonna go bet that after the show.
I didn't do tape for that, but I checked the lines on FanDuel and he was a minus 15, so I immediately grabbed it, bro. But that was the breakdown. That was the picks for UFC Fight Night. Tybura versus Tuivasa going down Saturday, March 16th. We're back next week for the Hebus versus Namajunas card. Any last words, bro, before we get out of here?
No, man. Shoot. The channel's been growing. Your channel's been growing. Hey, get us there, man. We've been coming off some solid weeks, man. And I've been having the breakdowns on my channel because my phone's broken. I got the stat phone back, so I'm back every week. Like bro said, I'm doing tape early, so I might have a Hebus card out maybe on Tuesday. So check out on that if y'all want to get some early looks on that. But until then, bro, we here, bro.
There you go, folks. Go check out my dude, Sports Fanatic Gibbs, from them early picks and for the Hebus versus Namajunas card. Go check them out, give them a sub, and make sure we get to 600 subscribers by the end of the month. I'm trying to get to 600 subscribers. We appreciate all the new subscribers, all the old school subscribers, all the support. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Keep tuning in. keep liking the videos, and tell everyone you know about CJUFCPicks smoking on that fire weed and giving you fire picks each and every single week. We're out of here, folks. Take it easy.